Here we are presenting on the topic of digital signature. It's by Mizanur, Syed, and me. So the objectives of our presentation is we chose a very trending topic. So it's digital signature, and the deliverables includes report and the presentation.
So, what are digital signatures? They're designed to provide the digital alternative to handwritten signatures. They eliminate the need to sign physical papers by making digital files authentic. How digital signatures function? So there's a public key mechanism that is cryptographic. The name was given to differentiate it from the conventional symmetric key. In the symmetric key, cryptography technique, both the encryption and decryption make use of the same key, thus requiring mechanisms that are very sophisticated to supply both parties with secret keys safely. On the other hand, a public key involves a new idea where a pair of keys is involved, one for encryption and the other for decryption. The concept of a pair of keys is attractive and has several advantages over the conventional symmetric key concept that includes the fact that the distribution of the keys is simplified, the existence of digital signatures, and the long-term encryption. However, in this implementation of the public key infrastructure, symmetric key still plays a crucial role. The term public key is used to mean a cryptographic technique that makes use of a private key and a public key pair, hence the term asymmetric key. The key pair for encryption and decryption are used for the public key encryption, which is publicly distributed widely for free. On the flip side, the private key is kept a secret and is never distributed. For a given pair of the key, only the private key can decrypt data with the public key encryption, while the converse is also true. So in these diagrams, you can see they just summarize how digital signatures function. So there's a message, there's a private key, and then that results in the digital signature, and then you also need a public key. And this is another diagram where there's the text. So there's two people. There's Mike and Booba. So for the private, Mike has a private key, and then he has a digital signature with text. He signs the text, and then he's connected to the internet. It's sent to the receiver. The receiver uses the public key for Mike, and then that's used to check this digital signature, and then they'll receive the digital signature. Next, we're going to talk about the mathematical background.
So here we talk about the mathematical background that is involved in digital signatures. So the sender starts with a hash algorithm, a hash value, and their private key. These three things are imperative to get the signed message. Now the signed message, along with the sender's public key and the hash value, allows the receiver to successfully get the message and view it. The mathematical idea is that the encryption function is the inverse of the decryption function, and conversely. In the example here, FM is the encryption function and GM is the decryption function, and the public and private keys respectively are okay. The key generation involves two prime numbers that are a distinct bit with similar bit lengths but are randomly chosen. A product of the two chosen numbers is used to generate a number that is used as the modulus for the private and public keys. The private key is made up of the modulus of the product of the two prime numbers.
This diagram right here just shows the algorithm in the visual representation. So again, the hash algorithm, hash value, sender private key, signed message, and then that goes to, and then the signed message goes to the receiver. Use the public key again, the hash value, and the receiver gets the digital signature.
Next, we talk a little about the algorithm and how it's implemented. So, making use of the basic idea behind digital signatures and the underlying mathematics, a number of algorithms are utilized in the implementation of digital signatures, which keep on improving as new threats emerge every day. One of the algorithm ideas is discussed in this section, and it is based off the elliptical curve. So, as online threats increase, the security measures also need to increase. Unlike the algorithm mentioned above, only two security levels suggests a technique with 4 levels, with only 2 secret levels. Yildiz and others suggest a technique with 4 levels made possible by utilizing C# with a crypto next generation class, thus improving the asymmetric techniques. Cryptography methods are not utilized for connection level 1, and in addition, no messaging occurs. The public channel for 2 console screens to connect is described and used to send and receive key pairs in security level 2 before messaging of encrypted data occurs on security level 3. Level 4 is the safest since a private channel connects the consoles to send encrypted data and a key pair making use of advanced encryption standards or AES. Details of this are discussed in the report, and there is a brief example here.
So for the class that was mentioned, the crypto next generation class, you could just go on the Microsoft website and they have an implementation of how to use the class. This right here is in C#, C++, and this image might not be clear, so we're just gonna go on the link to see the different examples they have. So if you go on this link right here, it has a bunch of classes, and you could use these classes to implement the algorithm right here. If you go on it, you can implement the algorithm. The one that we used was the one that we can use in this case is all these. The this one right here. So there's a bunch of them for this one. If you go on it, so this is a C# representation, and then there's C++ representation of how you can implement it, and yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Next, we talk about the security.
Security-wise, digital signature cannot be duplicated, or in other words, cannot be forged under a chosen plain text attack. A chosen plain text attack can be defined as with the following book we use in reference as Wireless Information Warfare by Randall Kay. And next we talk about the advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah, for more information on security, you can reference to the report on page 12 on the security. It goes into more detail. And next we're going to talk about the advantages.
So digital signature have number of advantages that include speed, since business operation do not have to wait for the physical papers to deliver in order for transactions to be carried out. The digital signing then allows for a reduction in courier cost and reduces the risk of documents being intercepted while in transit. The signatures have timestamps that state clearly when the document was signed and hence is authentic and can hold up in court for some jurisdictions. Next, we talk about the disadvantages. The disadvantages of digital signature include expiry due to the short life cycle, nature of technological innovations. Digital signature are effective when used with the certificates that senders and recipients have to purchase, and in addition, verification software also come at a cost. There are certain jurisdictions in the world where digital evidences does not hold. Having different digital signature standard, the issue of compatibility becomes a problem.
What does the future hold? Technological advancements are very dynamic in that new ideas are developed constantly in quest of increasing the efficiency, security, and user experience. The future of digital signatures points at eliminating the need for certificates using a technique that is free of certificates as proposed by Tamor in the references. This improves the security of digital signatures and reduces the time taken for computation of algorithms.
It also increases efficiency, security, and user experience. That's the goal of digital signatures in the future. So in conclusion, and what we went through briefly, digital signatures was introduced as a way of eliminating the need to sign physical papers as they make digital files authentic. There was a need to protect the documents used online using mathematical algorithms. Digital signatures function by using some form of mathematical functions whose solutions are private and public keys. The function and the respective inverses are utilized for encrypting and decrypting of messages. The algorithm make use of prime numbers, finite fields, and elliptical curves to create the functions. The technology makes use of third-party certificates and verification of keys. The algorithms are continually improved such that the security levels have increased. The future of digital signature points are at getting rid of is getting rid of the certificates, the third-party certificates. The advantages include of signatures include increased speed of business transactions, reduction in couriers costs, availability of timestamps, and authenticity. The disadvantages include expiry date due to short life cycle and the nature of the technological innovations. Digital signatures are effective when used with certificates that senders and recipients have to purchase. Verification software also come at a cost. There are some jurisdictions in the world where digital evidence does not hold. Having different digital signature standards, the issue of compatibility becomes a problem. With continued effort in innovation, digital signatures have the potential attaining a higher level of security and being accepted in all jurisdictions. And these are our references. All of them can be found in the report, and more information can be uh, found in the report as well. Thank you for listening.